My name is Arno Allen Pinzes, and I'm a radio astronomer from Germany. I'm famous for my discovery of cosmic microwave radiation. After I received my PhD from Columbia University on the use of masers, I joined Bell Labs in 1958. 2 years after I joined the lab, they built a massive antenna in Holmdel, New Jersey. That antenna was part of ECHO, a satellite transmission system. ECHO is able to amplify weak radio signals and send those signals across long distances. Once I heard about the antenna, I knew I wanted to use it to follow my idea that the antenna would make a great radio telescope. I had been at Bell Labs for around 4 years when I met Robert Wilson. What were we trying to find? Robert Wilson and I wanted to use the antenna to analyze radio signals from the spaces that were between galaxies. In 1963, we began to conduct research and accidentally discovered cosmic background microwave radiation. When Robert and I were finally able to use the antenna, we had wanted to immediately begin our research and use the antenna as a radio telescope and try and analyze radio signals and improve satellite communication for Bell Labs. To begin this, we first had to get rid of all the radiation so that we could calibrate the antenna. Throughout our process, Robert and I kept hearing a static sounding noise, which we discovered was microwave radiation coming from all directions. We had tested many different things to rule out this excess radiation. We had thought it was the urban interference, but when we had pointed the antenna towards New York City, we were able to rule that out. Robert and I both noticed that the source constantly remained throughout all 4 seasons. Where did the project or experiment occur? Our experiment took place at the antenna in Holmdel, New Jersey, which is where Robert and I both worked and spent a lot of our time. About 30 years after we started our research, the antenna was made a National Historic Landmark. What other significant events were happening at the world around this time? Around 1962, an above-ground nuclear test took place. Although that was the source of the radiation, we proved that the test was not the source of the excess radiation, due to the fact that our source remained constant. The fallout from the nuclear test would have shown a decrease. Robert Dicke had been pursuing different theories about the Big Bang at this time, and thought that if the Big Bang occurred, there should be a low-level radiation around the universe. Wilson and I decided to get in touch with Dicke's lab when we heard that he was looking for evidence to prove his theory. Who else was involved in the project? Robert Wilson and I were the main people involved in this project. Wilson, like me, had his PhD in the use of masers. He was also trained in steady state theory and believed that the universe had no beginning or end. When we decided to jointly publish our research with Robert Dicke, we both reported and recorded our observations only because Wilson felt uncomfortable with Dicke's Big Bang theory. Dicke also published the significance of the cosmic background radiation to the Big Bang theory. What was my role in the project? Robert Wilson and I had the same role in the project. We both would map radio signals from our galaxy to improve communication and better understand how those radio signals behave in the atmosphere. What impact did our project have on the physics community? Before our discovery, many believed that the study of the Earth universe was trivial and thought that we were wasting our time researching it. I like to think that our project led many to have a greater appreciation for the field of cosmology. Our discovery also proved the Big Bang theory. Many have said that our discovery is one of the greatest in the 20th century. In 1968, Wilson and I had received a Nobel Peace Prize in physics. Why did I decide to start my career at Bell Labs? I joined Bell Labs in 1958, just after I received my PhD from Columbia University, and I had the intention of working there only part-time so that I could continue my research in radio astronomy. Although I only wanted a part-time job, I decided to take a full-time job and wound up working there for 37 years.